This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to be back with RMP Travel. Suzi joining us again here, and we're going to take a look into luxury travel and so much more. And of course, all she does in the luxury market. First and foremost, welcome back. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, thank you so much. Would you mind introducing yourself to our listeners before we begin?
I'm Suzi Steiger. I'm the owner of RMP Travel, and I have been handling this business since 1984 and
Amazing.
grown it, lived with it, raised it like a child, all
Yeah,
of
and
that.
and just explain what RMP Travel does, just a little overview. I know we
Okay.
dove into it last time, but the type of things you're doing for different people, corporations, it's so much.
It is a lot. It is a lot, and it's wonderful and exciting. We are a full service destination management company, meaning
Hmm.
that we work not exclusively with just New York City, which is our headquarters, but also with other destinations that clients request. We have a lot of experience in doing different kinds of programs in different states, different parts of the country, in Canada and Aruba. And we really have a lot of great suppliers that we work with that help us out as things change and develop. And we're one of the few companies that actually does that. Most destination management companies strictly work in one area.
Got it.
So years of experience.
Clearly, I know we had a great show last time and learned so much about all you do. I don't know how you do it all, but God bless, amazing career woman that you are. And today we're going to talk more about the international luxury travel market, correct? Explain to me what that is, where it takes place.
Okay, I will. I think we're going to talk about international as well as domestic luxury
Okay,
travel
great.
because it's actually something that is happening in the United States and it's something that's happening in Europe as well. There are consortiums that handle strictly luxury travel, like Virtuoso and Serendipian, and they are consortiums that the luxury travel agents will join, and they educate them. They educate them in what's possible, and they introduce them to each other, and they give them lots of ideas, and then they have to find somebody to work with. So each year, in December, I go to ILTM, which is the luxury trade show, travel show in Cannes, France.
Uh,
And it's a really nice place to go as long as it's not pouring the whole time.
oh, did that happen for you last year? Is that what happened?
It happened 2 years ago, and it was interesting to say the least. But it was actually beautiful. Occasionally, it gets really sunny, and you can have lunch outside, and it's spring-like, so it's
Yeah.
nice. Um, but this is a great show. It is, uh, we schedule appointments in advance so that when we're having our meetings, it's 3 days of 40, 50, 60 meetings. Some of them are pre-scheduled. A few of them walk up because someone told someone, go see Suzi over there. And it just is a really busy time in a different time zone. But it's really remarkable in terms of what we get out of it. Our appointments are 20 minutes long. We really get to know the people that we're talking to. They are either the owners or decision makers in their agencies. And so we really do business. We really, it's not like some trade shows you talk to somebody and they say they'll go back and they'll tell their boss. You're talking to the person who you would really be working with, which is a really nice part of it. Um,
So are you one of like the exhibitors there, or do you go to meet?
I go as an exhibitor. I actually go in the New York City booth.
Oh, so
So
cool.
yeah, so there's other New Yorkers there, and we all help each other while we're there. So it's not like being in some strange place. It's a bunch of friends traveling to Cannes in December, and we support each other in the booth. There's hotels, five-star hotels. There's a few other people like me in the booth, and there are um, other service providers. The New York City Convention and Visitors Bureau is there. But it's really a rather relaxed, nice atmosphere. And I have never walked away from it now without getting business. And what seems to follow after is just amazing. These are clients that they do have expendable income, which actually a lot of people do after COVID, not traveling, but um, they they want unique and special. Many of them travel with their families. We did a package over Christmas last year for a family coming from the south of France, actually, and they put together a weekend. They had us put together a weekend that was just so exciting. And they stayed on Central Park South and they had a really two nice hotel rooms. The children stayed in a separate room. And we had all kinds of activities for them. They went ice skating in Central Park, but it wasn't just ice skating in Central Park. They have these igloos that you can rent,
Yeah.
and you can sit in the igloos and you can have hot chocolate and coffee and some snacks, warm up, and then go back on the skating rink. So it's a nice way to do that. They took the kids shopping at FAO Schwartz, and they have a special behind the scenes person that will take them around. And so they really got an inside view and a lot of attention while they were shopping. Um, there's all kinds of different things that, they saw Broadway shows.
Of course, you
Um,
do that as well.
yes, yes. Um, and they just had a fun itinerary, and they had a French speaking guide because they didn't speak English well. So we had a guide who was trained in New York and speaking French to them. And they had a great time. They came for 5 days. They came over, it was a little longer actually, Christmas, New Year's, the whole time.
Okay.
And
And I read
um,
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
well, I was going to bring that up. They didn't, but other clients have.
Oh, okay, okay. I
From
saw
those
that.
those kind of clients. So it's really nice to, be able to do some interesting special things. And they're handheld throughout. Make sure we're in contact with the tour guide consistently. So if anything pops up, we fix it on the spot. They may not even know it happened, kind of thing. But it's a nice market to deal with. And the thing that I found is it's not just international. There are associations that people belong to, and they're domestic and they're international. And there's many more than the two I mentioned, but they're agents working together, and they need help. They need help really learning about different possibilities. There's the summit, there's all kinds of things that they can visit that they don't know about yet or they haven't heard about. And so collectively, you put together ideas, you test, see, is this of interest? Is that of interest? And then we're able to really put a package together. And they go home with these great experiences and great memories that they share as a family for a lot of time. Sorry, my phone.
Okay.
Um, I'll just leave it alone.
You gotta take it,
Um,
take it.
No, it's not a call, it's beeping.
Oh,
It
okay.
just makes
I didn't
noises.
hear it.
It's,
It's okay.
yeah, okay, good. Um,
You were saying all over the
no,
world,
so we
summit.
have this, no, the summit is a great thing. New York is also getting creative in terms of updating and upgrading a lot of the things that people can visit. And I think that there's always more. There's always, Carnegie Hall, there's a million things. Um, the meeting capability and the relationships that you develop over the time are also great, especially after somebody works with you for the first time and then they see that you do what you say you're going to do. It's such a sense of comfort because these are things that some of these agents don't know, but they can trust you. We build a relationship,
Yep.
and it's nice repeat business and it's nice referral business. These are within these consortiums, they refer people to say, oh, go work with Susie. Susie knows how to do this, and Susie has great ideas, and she has great tour guides, and she has, theater tickets and all these things that you want, and she can help. And sometimes people are overwhelmed by, not knowing what to offer their clients and needing some help.
Well, I love
Yeah.
that you're so well versed. You offer so many. If you are just tuning in, just want to let you know we're with RMP Travel, our destination management company. Suzi Steiger, and again, congratulations on being our professional of the year. She's joining us live here today from Atlantic Beach, New York, talking about all the travel that she can help you in your corporation with. And especially today, we're kind of in that luxury travel market. And I'm excited to hear about this because, yeah, some people do have unlimited funds, and it's about the experience and it's about doing something different, doing something just for the memory. And it's amazing to see, some of these trips that you have planned out that you've done. And I know we spoke last time about so many of these destinations all over the world, even local ones right here on Long Island, where I'm from in New York. But it's beautiful that you can offer the luxury experience here as well as abroad too. So thank you for joining us. And let's continue the conversation. So, what else in the luxury market of travel do you want to kind of dive into here? I'm reading your notes, just not sure if they're in the right order. So, you
I
tell me.
apologize.
It's okay. I got them. I got them. We're good. We're spending money to
Um,
create memories. Yes.
can you hear my dog?
Nope.
Okay, good. Uh, so, I mentioned the luxury market because I think it's one of the first markets that come back solidly after COVID. And it's constantly growing and changing.
Hmm.
And um, there are other kinds of trade shows that we go to that focus on a different population. For example, um, IMEX America it's actually an international trade show taking place in Las Vegas. But the business is called, we mentioned it last week, MICE. It's meeting and incentive travel. Um, Meeting and incentive travel, and that's actually something that we've been doing for many years. That's the corporate travel and the corporations that want to come in, whether it be from Israel or we just booked a group from Serbia coming in. These are doctors that are coming to attend trade shows, and then we're doing a whole itinerary for them um, at the same time. And they're it's also a high level of business, but they have meetings, they make it business-like, and then they experience everything that they can around. They too go to Broadway shows, they go to some of the finest restaurants. We create all kinds of sightseeing so that they can um, really see New York City. And also, we take them out of the city to go shopping. They do some outlet shopping, and there's many things that they can enjoy doing. Um, there's another trade show that's more for sort of cultural travelers, rather different level. They come, they travel all over. Our program for Wine Water Wonders upstate New York is one that sells to this population. And they really we can get creative with that too. There's all kinds of wineries and all kinds of things that we can put in the itinerary. I think I mentioned last week also that they can go to Corning Museum of Glass and they can
Yes.
make
Make
their
their
own
own
wine
wine
glass.
glass and then drink
Right,
from it. Yep.
right. And then visit all the wineries and the wine trails and use their glass. And those are all different markets that we dabble in. I think that we've focused on domestic and we've focused on international over the years, but the markets are changing a little bit. And our domestic business was always more social groups and fun groups, maybe some bank groups, things like that. But now the luxury and the corporate incentive part of the population is starting to come in domestically as well. And that's very nice to me because it's a market that we really haven't tapped into
Uh-huh.
before. So we're growing and we're learning. And, it's a world where we have to constantly flex and switch a little bit because, and it's good to be planted in both domestic and international markets because sometimes there are things happening in our world that prohibit travel. So it's good to be well versed and to have resources and to be able to flex when necessary.
For someone who travels so much, I just have to ask, how have you, do you have packing down to a science where you can
Oh,
take one
I am
suitcase?
the worst
I
packer
take
in
two
the
bags still
world.
and a carry-on. I can't do it. Oh, are you
I,
still bad? Really? Really? Feel
I feel
better.
ashamed because I, as a travel professional, should master that, but I don't think it's getting any better with age. I think it's just,
I just
I
need
need,
like five pairs of shoes just in case, even though I'm going to wear the
right.
same pair. It happens all the time.
No, it's very true. It could be business during the day and social at night, and the temperature can change, and
Oh,
it's just,
the sweaters, the long sleeves, the short
right.
sleeves. Okay, I feel better about myself. I thought you would have it down packed. Like, I don't know
No,
how people just travel with a carry-on. God bless them.
yeah, I wish them well.
My
I
hair dryer
can't.
couldn't fit in my carry-on. My hair products. So
Well,
by the way, when is IMEX America? You mentioned Cannes.
IMEX
That was
America is in October this year.
okay. Is it open to regular folk too, or is it just for
It's more trade
trade?
oriented.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Um, most of the shows I've gone to have been trade, but there's different levels of them too. Um there's different ways that people get the message that they can have certain kinds of experiences. And I think just the way I hear people talk, I work with some agents that are in the luxury market that the next thing I know, somebody else from their company is calling me, or they put a rave review on Facebook or something like that, and then we get new business
Yeah.
because we are very versatile. We do a lot, and I think we're very good at what we do. Our service is second to none. I mean, we are on call 24/7, and sometimes that's a little much, but we're happy that we're doing that because nobody goes home unhappy,
Nope.
and it's a good practice.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is amazing. I love what you're doing and the progress. I mean, you've been doing this for so long. I mean, how in the world? I mean, I guess you build contacts and is there somewhere that you haven't been that you want to go?
Um, yes, there are many places because I'm working all the time.
Ah, really, really.
Yeah, I have not been to Greece. I would love to go to Greece. Um, I would like to go to the Amalfi Coast. Um, there's places in Europe, although I've well traveled in Europe, I've traveled for business more than pleasure. And I at some point in my life would like to do the latter.
Yeah.
A little more. But I can't complain. I really have had opportunities to travel and to um make friends with people that have become clients, and we have relationships over the years. And that's interesting to me, that a relationship can withstand the test of time and change and all of that. We're doing a program in Nashville next,
Yes, you told me about that.
yeah, and so it's getting fine-tuned, and it looks like they're booking again. And this is a dear old client. So we're excited about that.
Good. And in your notes, I I read about, you're mentioning big pharma groups, big companies come in and they want to go to different places, not just like the big places. So you mentioned some of the small places, but what about in Florida, California? What are some trips out
Absolutely.
there? I mean, I could only
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, the pharma conventions trade cities every year.
Oh,
So it may take place in New York this year, and then it's in Miami the next year, and then it's Texas the year after. And so we're constantly, if these clients are working with us, then we are booking them in all of these destinations. The doctors go, or the pharma people go, and they really develop a whole program. They do spend time in the trade show for themselves and meetings, but they definitely have a whole itinerary set up for exciting dinners and sightseeing and really being able to experience the areas that they're traveling to. So it's nice. It's California is very attractive to many people. So we do a lot of individual, and we do a lot of group packages, and we do corporate packages there. So we've done some fun things in San Francisco and you know, the industry itself is one that also you make friends, you get creative together, and different cities offer different things. So it's really a great opportunity to
Yeah.
experience it with them. So it's nice.
And what is IPW? Is that the one in Cannes or that was something else I read about?
IPW is one of those inbound international shows that also is in a different destination every year. And it's in Chicago this year, actually in June,
Okay.
mid-June. Um, I am not going to that this year for the first time in quite some time. I'm not sure at the moment. Um, it's leisure travel, and I think that, people need time to get business to come here right now. Other than the groups that don't care and they're coming no matter what, there's some concerns, but there's so much to offer in the United States. It's really a great destination, and Canada and Aruba also, which is my
Oh, I,
favorite.
I just booked my did I tell you that last week? My timeshare down at the Aruba Surf Club. I booked it last week. It might have been the same day I had your show afterwards, but yeah, because we
We
were
did
going.
talk. You're at the
Did
Marriott,
we? Yeah,
right?
yeah. May 2nd, we just booked it for next year. I love the surf club. It's so great. So that's my excitement in Aruba. But I love Aruba. So
I love
beautiful.
Aruba too. I mean, I love laying on the beach and seeing all the wedding proposals. And do you see that down at the surf club?
No, no. Wait, what hotel do you normally stay at?
Well, I stay
At the
at the
condo.
Jimmy Phoenix,
The divvy.
but
Yes.
there's a big beach area there, so maybe that's why they're doing it there. But they do it on Eagle Beach a lot
Got
also.
it. Mm-hmm.
And there's all kinds of people. They do wedding proposals, they do actual weddings, and they do honeymoons and all of that. And I think I mentioned that every August there's the I do ceremony where people can go and renew their vows, and hundreds of people go and do that every August. I have not experienced it myself, but I think it's a very cool concept.
Oh my, I never heard of that. Did you say that last week? I'm gonna have to Google that up later.
Maybe not.
I do ceremony
I
and everyone's
do.
all welcome. Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's really nice. Um, what else can I tell you?
Well, you do so much, and you do you have one area in particular that you love more than the other? I mean, you're just so well versed, so well. I mean, is there a place, a destination, maybe unheard of, that's really hot, that's popular? What about something like Iceland or, Finland? Are we doing those types of trips? Like my kids, I want to take to Finland and Roma Valley to go see the North Pole, see the Northern Lights. Those type of trips. Do you do any of those as well?
We're a little careful about what we do because of the level of service that
Got
we
it.
want to offer. So we are really doing much more inbound
Yeah.
or within the United States, Canada, and Aruba because service is our middle name. And I don't want to send people someplace that I'm not sure what kind of experience they have, and it's a different time zone, and it's suppliers that I may not have worked with before.
Yeah.
And I need to be certain. If I did something like that, I would do it with a client that I
Got
work
it.
with in that area, and then I could be assured that they would be treated well. But it's important to have a reputation and know what you do well, and so in that way we're different than a travel agent. A DMC is different than a travel agent, or we could also be called an inbound receptive operator, international receptive operator. So those are the business lingo terms, but it's different. I have tried to do some outbound, doing England and Ireland together, but there's so many issues because the currency is different. There's so many things. So this is our
Niche.
focus. Yeah,
And
and niche.
also, you have many niches though in the States. I know you also do a lot with Broadway, and we're going to focus more on theater next week, right?
Exactly, because the Tony Awards are coming up, and June 8th, every first Sunday in June. And there's lots of nominations. I want to talk about the shows next week that are really hot and getting recognition and getting nominated. And um, we'll hopefully create some excitement for people to come see some
Yeah.
Broadway shows.
See, I've covered the Tony Awards live 2 years in a row when I worked for CBS. So I
Oh,
got to be
wow.
there on the red carpet interviewing everyone, and I was their CBS the entertainment reporter for 5 years, and that was 5 years ago now. Well, hold on. Yeah, 5 years ago now. So I'm out of the loop when it comes to the Broadway shows. My poor children now, they haven't even been to a Broadway show. So and I keep getting like the text message about Disney, bring the kids Disney on Broadway. And I'm like, I'm not doing nothing on Mother's Day. Maybe I can go see a Broadway show. I'm
Oh,
debating to
that's
see
a
what we
great
could do.
idea.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I keep getting text messages. So I'm out of the loop. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be an expert next week. You're going to be teaching me as well as a lot of our listeners about what's
Okay.
happening
I
on
would love to
stage.
do. Yeah,
Yes, yes. This is exciting stuff. And
it is.
if someone does want to reach out to you, would you mind sharing how?
Not at all. My email is Suzi, Suzi, Steiger, Steiger, at RMP TVL, Robert Mary Peter, Tom Victor Larry.com.
Aw,
Or our office number is 212-581-8051. Um, we can also be emailed at operations@rnptvl.com, which is easier than spelling out my name if you'd prefer. And also going on our website. Our website is www.rmptravelinc.com.
perfect. I was just going to confirm that. I'm like, yes, it is because I've on it before. Yes. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you here. Exciting stuff. And I hope some corporations reach out and my goodness, over 45 years of experience. Unbelievable. Thinking outside
Thank
the
you.
box. Give her a call and looking forward to next week's convo, okay?
Okay. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Jill.
you again and congratulations on
Okay.
being our professional of the year. We will talk next week. Bye bye, honey.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.